What's going on, everybody? Political podcast here. I just wanted to make another video about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm seeing a lot of content, a lot after today's massive loss to the Washington football team. Not a good look for the Dallas Cowboys, I gotta tell you. I think any Cowboys fan will tell you. I think if any Cowboys fan tells you we're doing amazing, is obviously not watching any games or keeping up with any of the scoring or keeping up with any of the details that are going on, or at least any of the drama. So, but I just wanted to make this video of any possible key replacements or returns that Cowboys can make right now. I'm gonna get into that, and also even if Cowboys made those possible replacements of players, and brought back some players. I'm not sure if it'll change with if the coaching staff stays the same, and if Jerry Jones is definitely going to stay the owner if Jerry Jones just keeps putting his hand in the cookie jar too much. So first off, let's start with who we could replace. First off, I think we could definitely replace Ezekiel Elliott. I don't think Ezekiel Elliott, especially in the last few weeks, he's fumbled the ball over and over and over and over and over, and I think that's a bit of a problem right there. If we could replace Ezekiel Elliott, I think that would be awesome. I think we could get a lot of new running backs. And I actually was thinking, like, what kinds of things could the Cowboys do? I mean, yeah, okay, replace the coaching staff, but what about the players? Because in my last video, I talked about let's replace let's bag on the players a little bit. Let's bash them because they're so worried about their business deals or this and that. And I'm gonna get into that with the owners, but I think we definitely need to replace the players and running backs. And I'll post this video that I saw this in. They're very interchangeable. It's not like, oh my god, I got my selection of running backs, in the draft pick, first round or second round. I got them. I got to keep them. There's no way I can replace them. No, they're replaceable. A couple names that I have seen all over the internet, YouTube channels, ESPN, and others. There's Travis Etienne, or Najee Harris, or a couple others. I can't remember. Just a few others that they mentioned. But those players could come in, and we could get quite a few more running backs that could definitely help us out. Again, I said get rid of Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott played terrible today. I guess, I didn't get to watch the game, but in replays, you can kind of see that he played a teeny little bit better than he did in the last couple weeks, or the last few weeks, but it still doesn't help us a lot. How about we get some players that are actually in the game? Maybe not so young, not so inexperienced in his position, maybe not so young running backs. And there are plenty of other players that we could replace Ezekiel Elliott's position with that really, and any other running back that maybe will not be huge names that you might know, but I'd rather have people that maybe are not huge names, but that can actually play the game and that are actually in the league to play the game. Some players we could possibly keep: CeeDee Lamb, Leighton Vander Esch. I think so. Jalen Smith definitely has to go. Anthony Brown definitely has to go. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that he should stay. Trayvon Diggs is very new. I'm not sure that he's ready for the big leagues, but I think now that he has a taste, since our season is pretty much going to end, there's no way we can win the NFC East. I will be morally shocked if the Cowboys even win Thanksgiving, to be honest with you. But look, could it happen? Who knows? But so again, let's keep CeeDee Lamb. Let's keep Leighton Vander Esch. Let's get rid of Jalen Smith. Let's get rid of Anthony Brown. Let's keep Trayvon Diggs just because he is new. He might just be getting his feet wet. Who knows? But let's just for our sake here and from the video that I saw, I think this guy made a great point. I don't remember his name, and I'm sorry about that, but I will link his description in the video, and I think he did a really great job. Another name that I got from not only this, another name that I thought we could bring back, and I spoke to another Cowboy fan, fellow Cowboys fan, just a few hours ago. That the Cowboys could bring is Everson Griffin. He's not really getting any younger, but I think keeping him in, I think bringing in Blake Jarwin. Now he's injured, of course, along with Dak Prescott and Andy Dalton, and I'll get to Dak in a little bit. But hey, you know what? If we can bring some injured players back, if they're able to in the next season, that would be great. I mean, unfortunately, injuries this season seem like they are really bad, and to the point where we can't have, those players come back. Those are some of the replacements and some of the people we can get rid of. And let's bring back Dak Prescott. Now, I'm not sure about this. So this guy in this video that I'll link in the description says, hey, let's bring back Dak Prescott. He's our franchise guy. Let's give him everything that he wants in his contract. I don't care. Let's just have him join this. He calls it a dumpster fire. I call it a piece of trash. A team that needs to be disassembled and reassembled again by the NFL. But let's just bring him back, give him everything he wants. He's our franchise guy. I don't know about that. Oscar Montiel and I were talking about how we don't know if he deserves even close to what he was asking for. He hasn't been playing like he deserves it. But do I think he could come back? Sure. I think, he did say, hey, I do want to play with the Cowboys for my entire career, but is he going to let greed get in the way of his time with the Cowboys? Who knows? Right now he's a free agent. Right now he's injured, but he's not in a contract. So the Cowboys, if he doesn't come back, they have room to replace him as a quarterback. Andy Dalton, if he can come back, great, but I don't know if he'll be able to come back for the season. So now, if I'm not wrong, I think we're playing the Eagles next. Man, oh man, I'm not sure. Now, even if you bring back all of these guys and you make some replacements, move them back, move here, especially the defensive side of the ball, like defensive side of our team. Our primary defense and our secondary defense just suck ass, both of them. It's just really bad, and I'm not sure that they need to be on the Dallas Cowboys team. But and so everyone is replaceable on that side. I think our right tackle can definitely be replaced, maybe even our left guard. Again, these are just conversations I've had with people, and they've kind of explained their logic to me, as I understand baseball more than I do football, so this is why I rely on them. But I think even if you replace the players, this is my second point, there's a couple obstacles. So Jerry Jones is our horrible, terrible owner. He's a terrible guy. He's an awful owner. He likes to pretend he's the coach, the general manager, the players, and the concession stands worker. he loves to do that. And so my problem is, if he keeps his hand in the cookie jar and he keeps going and going and going and putting his hands where they don't belong, then he's obviously going to continue destroying this whole team. Jerry Jones is not worried about anything but making money, getting corporate sponsorships and endorsements and deals, and he's teaching his players that. He's not teaching them any passion. Like he's not telling them, hey, you gotta have passion when you're playing the game. You gotta actually want to play the game. I'm paying you to play the game. We have one of the highest payrolls in the NFL. And the Cowboys, I'm saying we, but anyway, I'm pretty sure fans are gonna talk like this anyway. And yet the Cowboys are playing like they're the last payroll. The last highest paying team. They look like a little league football team who went out to play in the backyard of, one of the kids' houses, because the park was doing renovations or something. Or they look like they're at the park looking like, hey man, do you want to go get lunch after this? I'm not kidding. They are playing like my Valley High School football team. Shout out to Valley High School, but I'm sorry, but they are playing like that. And so it is because the deals that they are making, the corporate sponsorships they're getting, the endorsements, and the future investments and business dealings they're getting are clouding their head. They're not focusing on, I got to play a game. Maybe I got to do a proper tackle. Maybe I got to actually defend the post. Maybe I actually got to defend the quarterback and the quarterback. Maybe I actually got to feed the ball to, Ezekiel Elliott or whoever. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you that even if you replace the players, if you don't replace the owner, if Jerry Jones doesn't stop focusing on the money and the corporate sponsorships and the endorsements, the players, no matter if you replace them or not, are also going to focus on that. And also the coaching staff. If you don't replace the coaching staff, the players are not going to get better. Yeah, you can always the players, but that's why we have coaches on these teams. If you don't do that, it's all going to go like it did this year. It's crazy. It's terrible. It's bad. In my last video, I said we're 2-4. I'm very sorry about that. I just looked up the stats. We're actually 2-5, which is even worse. Oh my God, it's so much worse. I'm just not impressed. But that's what I think is replace the owners, replace the players, replace the coaches. Replace the mindset and actually have a leader, because you got to have your team captain. You got to have a leader. You can't just have Ezekiel Elliott come out and say, I want to be the leader. Well, dude, you are the leader. What are you being paid? $90 million a year and you can't even get your act together? I mean, come on. So that's what people on the internet are saying. Just a few people saying, hey, maybe we can make these replacements. I've heard other names being thrown out there. I've heard, hey, let's go after this person. Let's go after that person. I'm not sure what's going to happen. All I know is we definitely need to make some replacements, players, coaches, and ownership. That's what's got to happen.